Okay, Merciless Vaughn back here with another Bleach Brave Souls video. In this one we're going to be taking a look at the Limit Breaker quest for this month. We're just going to go ahead and jump in here, see what the conditions are to clear for the stages, take a look at the best in slot characters and some substitute characters if you don't have the best ones. And yeah, without further ado, hopefully you guys enjoy this video. If you do, please leave a like. If you're new to the channel or you have been here for a while, please consider subscribing and help me get to 250 subscribers. I am making my way there. And with all that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So as you can see, this Limit Breaker quest is available the 8th all the way until the 17th, so you do have some time to get it done, but the sooner you get it done, the better. I'm going to go ahead and take a look inside here to see what the conditions are. And so for slot 1, we're going to have technique attribute damage times 2, melee attack damage times 2, killer effect times 5, and the status element is going to be paralysis. So you're going to be looking for a technique melee Quincy killer unit. And as for the second slot, it's going to be mind attribute damage times 2, range attack damage times 2, killer effect times 5, and there's going to be the free status element on the ground. So you're going to be looking for a mind, range, no affiliation unit killer. And as for slot 3, it's going to be power Soul Reaper unit, so you can just bring a speed Soul Reaper killer unit here. There's a few of those now in the game, so any one of those will really work. Alright, so taking a look at the first slot selection, the technique Quincy killer melee units. Not a lot of options here. We literally only have 3 new units. We have the new Ichibe that came out in the last end of month banner. As you can see, he does have the Soul Reaper killer as well as the Quincy killer. Soul trait, strong attack, recharge time minus 12%. Melee unit with weakening on all of his abilities. He does come with the gauge effect. He is immune to paralysis, and he is able to start battles off with 70% of his gauge already filled. And when his gauge is active, he gets the strong attack recharge 30% and 50% spiritual pressure boost. He does have a 50% berserker. He also has the gauge rampage skill, half at 20%, frenzy +1, bombardment, defibrillator +5 seconds, weakened defense, and marauder. So I'd say this Ichibe probably would be the best in slot character used for the first part of the Limit Breaker quest. Take a look at the other units that we have here. We do have this Shiordri that came out, I believe it was the second part of the anniversary, 8th anniversary, I believe it was. He does have the Quincy killer, his soul trait is speed, drop plus 30%. He is also a melee unit with paralysis on his abilities. Furniture +2, guard break plus hidden enemies, and havoc 20% are his innate skills. He has a devastation of 60%. And as you can see, he does have some increased resources skills here. He does come with frenzy +2, defibrillator +5 seconds. Increased status element chance against speed attribute enemies, which is good. Increased technique character special move damage 30%. And increased technique attribute Soul Reaper damage to status element affected enemies 40%. And damage to paralyzed enemies 40%. So this is another pretty decent character that you can use for the first stage of guild quests if you don't have the Ichibe. And last but not least, we do have this Lillianette. She has the Quincy killer with a strong attack recharge time of -12%. Melee unit with lacerate on her abilities, and she has lacerator, which just basically inflicts lacerate every 5 seconds. She does have guard break, 40% berserker, as well as devastation. Increased technique attribute rank or strong attack damage 20%, frenzy +1, defibrillator +2 seconds, damage to lacerated enemy 60%, poise, and also pierced barrier. And so yeah, as for the first stage, we really only have these 3 characters. If you don't have any of these, I guess you just use a very strong technique unit really. But as for the best in slot characters, these would probably be the ones that you want to use. And as for the best one of these, I say it is the Ichibe. And so as for the mind, no affiliation ranged units, we have really just this Asnot that came out. I believe it was the end of mid-month banner. for last month, and yeah, he has the no affiliation killer obviously. So straight strong attack recharge time minus 14%. He is a ranged unit. He has a barrier on his SA2. He has weakening, and I believe that's the slow icon on his other abilities. At full stamina only, he has the reduced strong attack cooldown 6%. He also does have the freeze resistance 100%, devastation 40%, havoc 20%, frenzy +2, defibrillator +5 seconds, damage to his status elements 40%, mostly barrier +2, sharpshooter, and the status element spiritual pressure boost 80%. So this is, if you have this as not, then you're probably set. This is the best in slot character to use for the second stages of the limit breaker quest. And as for these other units, they're just really old, and I mean, yeah, they're there and you can use them, but I think that Asnot will just be better off because he'll get the job done a lot easier than these other units. These other units are just really old. And last but not least, we do have the third stage, and that's just going to be any speed Soul Reaper killer unit, obviously. So if you have any of these units in the first row, they can pretty much help you as well, and also even in the second row, really. This Retsu, if you have her, she's still good. I mean, she can help you out a lot. This Rukia, I say this, or Hime, you can use her as well because she does have a boost on her SA2. And if you have this Byakuya, he's pretty old and you might have him max percentage, so you can use him as well. Take a look at some of these units. We do have this Gen that came out a while ago. Soul Reaper Killer, Soul Trade Strong Attack Recharge Time minus 12%. Ranged unit with weakening on his abilities except for his SA2. He does have the barrier on that. Reads all affiliation dodges, Sprinter +2, full stamina only, reduce strong attack, cooldown 6% at full stam only. He does come with full stamina damage boost at a base of 20%, which is good. Complete status immunity 100%. Full stamina only, increased strong attack damage 40%. Havoc 20%, frenzy +2, defibrillator +5 seconds. Increased status element chance against power attribute enemies. Damage to weakened enemies 40%. Mostly barrier +2, sharpshooter, and also hit hidden enemies. So this is a unit you can use if you do have him. As for the other unit, it is going to be this Yachiru that came out for the second part of the anniversary. I did plenty of showcase videos of her, so I pretty much went over this character in detail there, but real quick, she does have 2 soul traits, as you can see here: strong attack recharge and strong attack damage. She is a melee unit with weakening on her abilities, and her trap is the SA3, and she does have a chance to insta-kill on her soul bomb. And just a quick overview of her skills: she does recover stamina in between stages, and at full stamina her strong attacks are reduced by 6%. Devastation 40%. She does come with full stamina damage boost 20%. She's immune to all status elements and does have the rampage skill, have a 20%, frenzy +2. Poise, Marauder, status element spiritual pressure boost, and yeah, she's still a very good unit. You can use her as well. Also this Mila Rose that came out for the swimsuit banner earlier this year. She has a soul trader, strong attack recharge minus 12%. As you can see, she is a melee unit with lacerate on her ability. She has guard, break, and also lacerator. Her devastation and berserker are at 40%. She does come with the full stamina damage boost 20% as well, which is good. She also has the Ranker Resident skill, which basically increases your strong attack damage depending on how many Rankers you have in her party. She is a power link slot potion unit. She gives +10, which is good. Have a 20%, frenzy +1. Defibrillator +2 seconds, and increased damage in some content, and increased melee damage in co-op quests. Damage to lacerated enemies 60%. So she's another good unit you can use as well. And we do have these other ones like this Tensis and Getsu. I did a video on him not too long ago. And this Ichigo that came out earlier this year as well, and as the other units that I mentioned earlier. Alright, so here we're back in a Limit Breaker quest screen. I just went on ahead and made my team here with the characters that I do have, though none of these are really the best in slot characters, but these are some characters that should be able to get the job done. This Riruka here, I have her 5 out of 5. It's just that these HP, defense, and SP slots are not leveled up, but I did level up the attack, focus, and I did roll that 500 extra attack in the last slot. As for her bonus abilities, full stamina damage boost, and just that 200% extra attack. And as for the accessories, you can see here the golden chaffy hollow bait, and just some normal attack damage links that I gave her. And move on to the next one. We have the 8th anniversary white, the accessories, the Kamari purification pill, the Katakoran. And as for the links, Psychomon Chad, Resurrected Tenses and Getsu, and also a Psychomon Aizen. As for the bonus abilities, full stamina damage boost, and also weakened defense. I mean, you can give him that extra 200% SP here. I just didn't give him this because, you know, I just didn't really want to change it. And as you can see here, my 8th anniversary white is 5 out of 5 max Transcendent. Last and not least, we have the Yachiru with the T-set fortification pill and the Lieutenant's badge. As for the links, the Psychomon Chad, Psychomon Aizen, and a Shinji with full stamina damage boost. And as for her bonus abilities, I gave her full stamina damage boost. And I also gave her that extra 200% SP. And with the links that I have, she has 120% full stamina damage boost, so she's going to be doing lots of damage, especially with that rampage skill. And so yeah, this is going to be my team here. It should get a job done, so let's just go ahead, jump in here and see what happens. Alright, so here we have the first stage, which is going to be the Quincy's. I have to be careful not to take a hit, because I definitely don't want to lose any of the full stam bonuses that I have. This white will surely not have any problems in any of his stages, and neither will this Yachiru with her full stamina damage. And the status and the spiritual pressure boost, yeah. I think those two units won't really struggle. This character might. I'm not too sure. We'll just have to see what happens. It doesn't really matter if you don't have the best in slot characters, as long as you just play it safe. I'm in trouble. I took a hit, but it's fine. Even if you don't have the best in slot characters, as long as you have some good units that can help you clear it, it should get the job done. Because the last banner I really summoned on was that, what was the Burn the Witch banner? Yeah, that was the last banner I summoned on, and that was months ago. I really don't have any of the newer units. Yeah, so far so good, no problems. I do have to be careful of these paralysis orbs because she is not immune to those. But her SA2 is the tracking vortex that just kind of brings the enemies in, so that will be very helpful. There go those tanky enemies that are in here. I took some damage. Yeah, these stages might be problematic with these over tanky enemies. And I lost my full stamina. But I will recover stamina in between stages, so I'll get the full stamina back. Yeah, 100,000 a hit and not with the full stamina, still some pretty good damage. Doesn't matter, I got my full stamina back with one strong attack. This character is still insanely good. Yes, he absolutely destroyed those tanky enemies. I'm not sure what our rampage is at. It should be maxed out by now, though. To go to tanky enemies here. Absolutely easy. Use the SA2, which is just really good. I still think we need a lot more ranged units in the game, like just NAD units. Like, we need good NAD units, in my opinion. We have like so many SP characters. Like the best NAD characters that we've gotten, like the best in slot 1 is that 1000-Year Blood War Eisen from the 7th anniversary. I think that was the last best NAD unit we got, and that's over a year ago. So we definitely need more NAD units in the game. I can see why they really wouldn't want to make any, because if we have more NAD units like that Eisen, I don't think anybody would use anything else really, because you can just pretty much auto easily with characters like that. I haven't used my soul bomb yet. Should probably use it. Used it there just because I got paralyzed. That's not good. Wasting time. Alright, so yeah, this is my team for the Limit Breaker quest. I got pretty far. Yeah, if I definitely had a better unit than this Riruka right here. I mean, she's pretty old, but she's the best one that I had. 5 out of 5. You know, just leveled up that attack focus and that extra attack in the last slot. But yeah, she still did okay. Her SA2's not bad at all. It just gathered the enemies in that vortex, and I was just able to mow them down with her NAD. As for the 8th anniversary White, I mean, he's just still really OP, and as for this Yachiru, she's just still really good. And so, yeah, that's going to be it for this one. I went over the best in slot characters, some substitutes that you can use if you don't have the best in slot ones, and this is the team that I use for this one. Yeah, that's going to be it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and as usual, until next time.